What if the reason you're still middle class has nothing to do with your income? Two coworkers, same company, same department, same salary, $72,000 a year. They started the same month, got the same raises, and both consider themselves pretty good with money. One of them will retire at 62 with $1.4 million in investments and zero debt. The other will retire at 67, still carrying a car payment, with $190,000 saved and a vague plan to figure it out. The difference between them isn't income. It isn't luck. It isn't even discipline in the way most people think about it. It's $500 a month, and neither of them can tell you exactly where it goes. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about the financial habits that quietly separate people who build real wealth from people who make decent money their entire lives and somehow still end up broke. If you're someone who wants to understand what's actually draining your financial future instead of just being told to cut your lattes, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you out. Because today we're talking about the $500 trap, the slow, invisible lifestyle lock-in that is almost certainly affecting you right now, whether you realize it or not. Here's the thing about financial traps. The dangerous ones don't feel like traps. They feel like upgrades. Nobody sits down and decides to hemorrhage $500 a month on things they barely use. It happens in $14 increments, in free trials that convert quietly, in annual renewals you forgot you agreed to, in premium tiers that felt worth it 18 months ago when you actually used the thing. This is what's called subscription creep, and it is one of the most effective wealth destroyers ever invented, because it is specifically engineered to be invisible. Let me show you exactly what this looks like in the real world. The average American household now spends between $219 and $300 per month on subscription services alone, according to recent consumer research. But here's the number that should stop you cold. When those same households were asked to estimate their monthly subscription spend, the average guess was $86. That gap between what people think they're spending and what they're actually spending is where middle-class wealth goes to die. And subscriptions are only the beginning. The full $500 breakdown. Let's actually build this out, because I want you to see how ordinary this looks. Streaming services. You've got Netflix, you're splitting Hulu with your sister, there's a Disney Plus login for the kids, Spotify for music, and you added HBO Max during a prestige TV binge 8 months ago. That's roughly $65 to $80 a month, depending on your tiers. Then there's the fitness layer. Gym membership you use twice a week, if you're being generous, $45. The Peloton app you kept after canceling the bike, $13. The meditation app your doctor recommended, $13. The meal planning app you used for 3 weeks last January, $10. Software and productivity. Creative Cloud subscription because you edited one video 4 years ago, $55. Cloud storage upgrades across 2 or 3 platforms, $15. That password manager, $3. The news site you visit twice a month, $10. Amazon Prime, $15 a month. And here's the sneaky part about Prime. It doesn't just cost $15. It costs $15 plus whatever you wouldn't have bought if you didn't have free 2-day shipping sitting there daring you to use it. Research consistently shows Prime members spend significantly more on Amazon than non-members. The membership pays for itself, they say. It pays for itself and then some, for Amazon. Throw in a monthly box subscription, a premium LinkedIn tier, a language learning app you open twice, and a random annual software renewal you forgot about, and you are sitting comfortably at $250 to $300 a month before we've touched anything else. Now add the lifestyle lock-in layer. This is where it gets more expensive and more psychological. You moved into the nicer apartment 2 years ago. The one with the gym and the rooftop and the in-unit laundry. It costs $400 more per month than your last place, but you told yourself it was worth it for the quality of life. That reasoning made sense at the time. The problem is, you are now anchored to a lifestyle that requires a certain income to maintain. You can't downsize without it feeling like failure. That's lock-in. You upgraded your car when you got promoted. Monthly payment is $520. Insurance jumped $140 a month because of the newer model. You're now $660 a month into transportation on a vehicle that is losing value every single day. But you can't just stop the payment. That's lock-in. Your phone plan, your kids' extracurriculars, the monthly wine club you share with your spouse, the upgraded cable package because the basic one doesn't have the sports channels. Layer by layer, you have built a financial structure that requires every dollar you make just to stay standing. And none of it is lavish. None of it looks irresponsible from the outside. But the floor has risen so high that there is no room left to build. That is the trap. Why your brain doesn't fight back. Here's why this is so hard to see and harder to fix. Human beings are wired to adapt to whatever circumstances they're currently in. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Whatever you have right now feels normal. Whatever you had before feels like a downgrade. This means that every lifestyle upgrade you make eventually becomes your new baseline. The $400 nicer apartment felt luxurious for about 3 months. Then it just became where you live. Now the thought of moving somewhere cheaper feels like going backward, even though backward by that definition is still completely fine. This is why raises almost never improve people's financial position long term. Study after study shows that within 12 to 18 months of a significant pay increase, spending rises to match the new income. The raise felt like breathing room. It became a new floor instead. And the subscription economy is built entirely on this psychology. Companies know that getting you to sign up is hard. Keeping you is almost effortless. Because canceling something you already have feels like loss, even when you barely use it. The default is to keep paying. You have to actively choose to stop. Meanwhile, every dollar that auto-renews is a dollar that is not compounding in your investment account. The real cost, nobody calculates. Let's talk about what $500 a month actually costs you. Not per month, over your life. If you are 35 years old, and you redirect $500 a month into a simple index fund with an average 8% annual return, by the time you are 65, that $500 a month has become $745,000. Not because you worked harder, not because you made more money, because you stopped paying for things you don't actually use, and let the money compound instead. That gym membership you use twice a week, that's $45 a month, $540 a year. Invested over 30 years, it becomes $68,000. For a gym you mostly feel guilty about not using. The streaming bundle you could cut in half. $40 a month saved equals $50,000 over 30 years at 8%. The car payment you could eliminate by driving something reliable and paid off. $520 a month becomes $617,000 over 30 years. This is what wealthy retirees understand that middle-class earners don't. The question is never, can I afford the monthly payment? The question is, what is this costing me in 30 years? And when you run that math, a lot of things that felt affordable suddenly look completely different. The $500 trap isn't really about $500. It's about the $745,000 that never gets built. What the wealth builders actually do. Here's what separates the coworker who retires at 62 with $1.4 million from the one who's still working at 67. It's not that the wealthy one never spends money. It's not that they live like monks and refuse every luxury. The difference is intentionality. Every 6 months, they do what I call a subscription audit. They pull up their bank and credit card statements and they go line by line. For every recurring charge, they ask one question. If this wasn't already set up, would I sign up for it today? If the answer is no, it gets canceled. No negotiation. No, but I might use it. Gone. They treat lifestyle upgrades like investments. Before signing a more expensive lease, before upgrading a car, before adding any fixed monthly cost, they ask what the 30-year cost of this decision actually is. Not the monthly payment, the total cost, including opportunity. They are ruthless about the difference between recurring costs and one-time costs. A $200 dinner out once is nothing in the grand scheme. A $200 monthly commitment is $72,000 over 30 years. Same dollar amount, completely different financial impact. And they have automated their investing before lifestyle creep gets the chance to absorb the money. The first bill they pay every month is their future self. Everything else gets what's left. That last part is the actual secret. Because here's the thing about lifestyle creep. It fills every available space. If there is money sitting in your checking account at the end of the month, your lifestyle will find a way to spend it. The only way to stop that from happening is to make sure it was never there in the first place. Pay yourself first. Automate it. Make it invisible. Then let your lifestyle build around whatever's left. The audit you need to do this week. I want to give you something specific to do, because this video is useless if it just makes you feel bad and you move on. This week, open your last 2 months of bank and credit card statements. Write down every recurring charge, every single one. I promise you will find at least 2 things you forgot you were paying for. Most people find 5 or 6. Cancel the ones you wouldn't actively choose to sign up for today. Then take that number, whatever you freed up, and automate it directly into an index fund or retirement account before the end of the month. Don't let it sit in checking. Move it before your lifestyle has a chance to reclaim it. Then, look at your lifestyle lock-in costs, your housing, your car, your insurance. Ask yourself honestly whether these commitments are serving your future or just maintaining a standard of living that feels normal because you've adapted to it. You don't have to blow up your life. You don't have to move somewhere cheaper this week or sell your car tomorrow. But you do need to see these costs for what they are. Not monthly payments, lifetime commitments with a 30-year price tag attached. The coworker who retires at 62 with $1.4 million didn't earn more than you. They just refuse to let normal creep up on them quietly. $500 a month sounds like nothing. Over a lifetime, it is the entire difference between financial freedom and financial stress. The trap is already set. The only question is whether you're going to stay in it. Your future self is already counting on the decision you make this week.